Yo, yo, you know what it is. Welcome back to another episode of Ike and Tina here on Eyekon TV.
Hey guys.
Before we start, want to give a huge shout out to my sponsors. Shout out to Shaka, shout out to Cookie, shout out to Vibes, and of course, shout out to Royalty Honey. Crazy shit going on in the world right now.
There's a lot of stuff going on in the world.
I think obviously we're talking about the mass deportation scenario. We're talking about the protests that have been happening across the country. And I think that's actually dope that we could say it's across the country
It's
because
beautiful.
I remember maybe last week when everything was really starting to bubble. I was talking to a couple of people behind the scenes and I was like, hopefully everyone gets behind the raza, the Mexican people, and like the Latino community, because it's not just Mexicans being deported, but hopefully everyone gets behind the Latino community the way the Latino community gets behind
Everybody.
everyone else's causes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just, and I know you made a post today that's going up a little bit. What made you want to make the post? What was the post you made, and what made you
Well,
make it?
it's actually my friend's backyard, and that's her house. Obviously, she doesn't live in the state. She doesn't live in California.
Describe the post because they might not know what you're talking
Okay,
about.
so it's her backyard or her front yard with the lake and a Mexican flag and an American flag. And I'm American. I am American. I wasn't born in Mexico. I was born here. So that is obviously my flag. It is. I'm Mexican, so it's my flag as well. When we go to the games, when we do anything, we stand up, we do the pledge allegiance to the flag, right? And it does feel good when we do that. Because I'm American. No matter what, I'm American. My mom, my parents came when they were 18 years old. Way back then, it was so much easier to get visas. My dad grew up in Tecate, which is like the border right there, and he had a visa, so it wasn't hard for him to cross at all. It was nothing like the way it is right now. My mom, she had a visa. My grandpa worked years and years and years.
And for the record, your dad's a dual citizen.
Yes, both of my parents are citizens now. You know, and they've worked hard. My parents came to the United States to do what we're supposed to do: grow and change. You want more. Let's be real. In Mexico, it's hard.
Definitely really hard.
It's really hard. You're either super rich or you're super poor. I don't think there's really that much in between. There is, but
I mean, I want to say, like, for instance, like your dad's not super poor in Mexico.
No.
Not super rich, but not super poor.
but he
So
works in the United States, so he makes American money. If he worked in Mexico, he would not be able to do it like that because it's really, really, really hard. They work hard, just like the guys the construction workers, they're gardeners. My dad's a gardener right now. Without construction workers and the gardeners, like United States looks ugly. The landscape, they do everything. My little brother was born here, but he lives in Mexico and he crosses the border every day. I was actually on the phone with my dad a little while ago, and I called him, and
So he's also a dual citizen.
my little brother, yes, but he was born in the United States.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So your dad was born in Mexico, but is a citizen of America as well. And your little brother was born in America, but he's also a citizen in Mexico, which you and your sister
Are working on doing that.
and myself, well, first you have to do it, and then I will also we're all working on becoming dual citizens
Yeah,
as well.
but that's not the point. Whatever, right? I feel like it's so bad. Like, I'm American, and yeah, I'm American, but I don't think it's okay for the mass deportations. Like, I don't think it's okay for the people that are here working for so long, and the people that work in the fields. Like, my aunt picked grapes her whole life in Delano. She was with that movement. Like, they fought and fought and fought. People are not going to go pick flowers or the fruits. Let's be real. They're not, and they're going to see a difference if they actually go and get the people or whatever. But, like, I'm super sad about the fact that that this is happening. I called my dad, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to." My dad's a citizen, you guys. "Oh, I'm gonna have to put my citizen papers or whatever inside my car." That's not cool. That my dad is afraid of getting pulled over, even though he's a citizen. But why should he have to go through that process of him feeling scared? Because my dad's a scary butt. He doesn't, he gets pulled over, he starts stuttering. Like, no person, even citizens, have been arrested and taken into custody because they don't know if they're citizens or not. Like, that's not something what we should go through. My mom got deported in 1986 with my aunt when their citizenship, like the visa was up or something like that. And they went back to try to fix it. And then they came back and they couldn't cross. So they crossed and they got caught. And in 1986, it was like amistad, amnesty. How do you say it?
Ronald Reagan had an amnesty bill passed for Mexican people, I think, seeking refuge in America.
Uh-huh. So they got caught. And then my uncle, rest in peace, my uncle Willie, which is my Aunt Christina's husband, he passed away. He put up his house for them to get their citizenship or for them to be able to come back and, get the papers or however it worked. I don't know, but it's sad. It's sad how people, I get it. If you're a criminal, bro, like, and I mean a criminal, like we all know if you're.
So realistically, I think you're referring more to like just people committing horrible crimes, not just gangster homies or girls
No,
or
I don't
anything
even
like
mean
that.
anything like that. No, not at all. I just mean like if you commit a crime, like then we already know the consequences in general. Like you're gonna get deported, bro. Like because you got in trouble.
No,
You
yeah.
know,
Bottom line is if you're committing crimes and your immigration status is in jeopardy
and
or in
that.
question, you might get deported. You know what I mean? So if you're risking yourself in that way, then that's crazy of you. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like if people already risking their lives committing crimes, they already know like, hey, this is the risk. I'm gonna go back. That's just common sense. But I'm talking about the people that work so hard that they shouldn't just get pulled over by ICE and afraid that they're on their way to work and they're afraid of getting pulled over and getting deported because they don't have the proper documents on them. Like back to my dad or even my mom.
One thing I know that I basically Googled what would it take to actually interrupt or to successfully like protest, like what are things that need to be done in order to actually combat what's happening with the mass deportation stuff. And one of the main things is local law enforcement not cooperating with ICE, not assisting ICE, not information sharing with ICE and things of that
I
nature.
love that.
So I think LAPD's new chief came out and made a statement saying that they're not cooperating
Yeah, I
with
definitely
ICE.
saw
I
that.
believe San Diego's people, or San Diego's police department said something similar. So I mean, obviously, we're not huge fans of police being it that we've conducted ourselves in criminal ways or whatever in the past. But I think it's good. I don't want to go crazy with the compliments, but I think it's righteous that the police department is not playing a heavy
It's
role.
because they have empathy. And it's just about having empathy and to humanity. That's what this is about. It's not about anything else. We are all humans. We are all humans. And that's what I am bothered by. I mean, a lot of people is bothered, but empathy to the people is what matters here. Having empathy and caring to what's going on with hardworking people or people that want to come and work. And say, oh, get your papers on the other side and then try to cross. That's the problem, you guys. It's so hard to get money in Mexico. If you could only get your visa if you have money, if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, if you're a teacher. If you're a construction worker, or there's a lot of people, a lot of different construction workers. It's so hard for them to get their papers. So I mean, how are they going to come? They got to come illegally, obviously, and do it that way.
And not only like one thing is a lot of people that are creating this problem are not necessarily just Mexican people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the immigration issue is much larger than just us. There's Asians crossing, there's Haitians crossing, there's Middle Eastern people crossing. I've seen. There's other types of people crossing through. You know what I mean?
Different
And
races.
it's crazy.
And what do you think? Do you think people need to be more empathetic?
I think definitely people need to be a lot more empathetic to the immigration situation
I,
in
I,
general.
I also think that this is just the why. This is what I think, you
Earlier,
guys.
you talked to me and other people that I'm not gonna name that were on the phone with
Yeah,
me.
because obviously you guys are not first generation. Your mom was born here. Your grandpa was born here.
I'm second generation if you think about it through my dad. He wasn't born here. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, I'm first generation through my dad.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, but you're still not like as empathetic as you should.
How the you figured?
Okay, Sabrina, my sister-in-law. She was so, I even told her, Sabrina, you're too white for me right now. You are too white and you're not showing any empathy. Well, I don't live in, no, because, but she's a Native American.
Why would she say or what?
She said something and I was like, hey, I understand that you live in this whole white world, because she does. I said, but you need to remember that you're Native American. Because she is, you
And
know?
then
And I was like, it was so beautiful. So many Native Americans protesting and and their dancing outfits and their horses. And I thought that was so beautiful because they know the way it feels. All their ancestors and all their families had to go through that. They fought
hmm
for their whole life being, literally, their whole life being to stay in their freaking country. Like,
that's
where are they
valid.
supposed to go? Like, for example, like, where are they supposed to go? Where are we supposed to go?
hmm
You know, it's white America. This wasn't white America. Even in the comments, like, oh, you go back to your country. This is our country. That's what I mean.
Let's read some of the
The
comments from your
comments were some
post.
of the comments on the post. It's so bad. Like, how can people be so hateful when you weren't even here? Your grandparents weren't, their grandparents are not even from here. You know, like it's just sad. I just feel sad for my peoples, for the people that are going through it. I have my first cousin, her and her husband, they came, obviously, they worked hard all these years. They were able to work here for many, many years. Something happened at one of their jobs like many, many, many years ago, and they never wanted to give them their papers, but they had visas and papers to work. The government only gave them like 25 years to be here. And guess what, you guys? Those years are up. They just went back to Mexico. They worked all these years here to build their home back in Nayarit. Badass home, too. Probably the best house in the ranch. That they worked so hard. Now they're back. But that's not the part that I'm trying to get at is they're not here with their kids anymore. And all they done was just try to work legit, 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 legit. That's the things that hurt. You see your family working, and what do they? I mean, they work for their home in Mexico, but that's not what they wanted to be. They want to be here with their kids, their grandkids.
I do think one thing's for sure that if there's a lot of availability, like you said, for workers in the field, if there's new availability for people that work like in the meat packing industry and the butcher industry and things like that, because I'm reading a comment right here, like in the produce industry, um, I don't think regular like you're saying, like the people that are anti the protest, I don't think those types of people are going to be the type of people that fill those positions.
Not even the
So.
protesters. No offense, guys. Not even the protesters. I don't want to go pick
You wouldn't?
if I had no choice. Thank God that I'm able to sit here and this is how I do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying not even those protesters are gonna go and pick strawberries. Not all, you guys. Don't get me wrong. Don't come for me either. I'm just saying. You know
Mm-hmm.
what? Would my mom? My mom would. Would my dad? He cuts grass. And he's a U.S. citizen. All these warehouses, all these warehouses, lumber companies. My aunt drove a forklift for 30 years. She's a citizen now. She paid off home here and a paid off home in Mexico with their hard work earned money. I have an aunt, my aunt with the 7 boys. My cousins try to give her papers to do all of this. Her oldest son is 50. Never wanted to give her papers. When the boys turn 18, they try to get her papers. Like, why?
I have no idea. I just want to let everybody know that we are not immigration specialists.
I don't know
We are
anything about anything.
we are not super duper politically inclined,
No.
or we don't know a lot about the immigration bill, but what we do know is what's happening right now is crazy.
And I don't like the way it makes me feel. And I don't like the way my family feels. And I don't like the way my dad told me. I don't like that my dad told me that he has to put his papers in his car. My dad crosses the border every day. That makes me sad. That makes me so sad that my dad is scared. And he's a freaking U.S. citizen just because he's going to get profiled. That's sad.
And again, obviously, we're Americans, you know what I mean? And we do think people that are committing crazy ass crimes, people committing crazy ass crimes and shit like that should get deported, you know what I'm saying? But
fools know what it is, man. If you commit
innocent
crimes,
little fucking whomever that's been here for countless years just...
Even the vendors that are selling flowers. They're selling flowers in the corners, trying to work. They buy flowers. They're obviously paying taxes. They're getting the flowers to work. And there's a smoker in the next corner. The white dude just can't even stand still. Asking us for money.
I feel it.
That's not cool. And they need to fix this. They need to do something. They need to do something. Because or else it's going to go crazy. Crazier.
I think it's safe to say that for sure in California, we say this a lot about music, but I think it's like in general, the number one consumer in California is the Latino people. And one thing that I know for sure that I've seen a couple of... Okay, you know what? Today, February 3rd, we're asking everyone... There's a post asking everyone not to work, not to send the children to school, and not to go shopping today.
At certain stores.
At whatever, just in general. I see a lot of people saying, well, who the f*** gonna pay my bills, and why this and why that, and you fools are stupid if you fucking listen to that shit and this and that. Like, dog, trip out on this small point of view. Although you're still gonna go to work because you have to, because you cannot afford to miss work. Everyone still respects that. We understand that you got to get your bread. But the stupid part of that is you don't also have to spread like
that negativity.
The negativity on it. Like, it's like, dog, what are you doing? Like, it's back to the basic shit. Like, if you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Like, stand in solidarity with the people. You call
in sick, but you call in sick because you're crudo.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all you got to do is just like stand in solidarity with the people and be like, I gotta go work, but I also don't gotta speak out against it. Like, what the yeah.
Yeah, I'm super sad about it.
We did this so you can let it out. We have this platform. We're blessed to be able to reach a lot of people with it. And I think it's our responsibility to speak out when it's time. I know a lot of people are gonna stay quiet, and that's their that's their option. Because they don't want to end up on either side. You know what I'm saying?
But what is other side? What does that mean? Like, what does that mean?
I just mean like people don't want to get attacked for their opinion. You know what I mean? That's how come some people don't claim a political party publicly. That's how, like when people argue at the dinner table and don't talk about
Certain things, religion,
religion or this or
politics, or
that.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people have opposite opinions, and some people are scared to share their opinion, even if it is um with even if it is for the people. You know what I'm saying? Someone I know that's been going hard lately in the public has been Peso. He's going hard for sure. Then there's other people that I'm not gonna name that have been kind of, I don't want to say anti the cause, but
But they want the people to support them.
uh
And that's another thing. I feel like us, we have a platform, and I feel like if we don't support our people, how should I expect my people to support me? We all have our own opinions. We all feel this way. I just feel sad about it. Like, I don't want to fight. I don't want to go back and forth in the comments. I don't even want to read them anymore. Like, because we're not going to understand each other. We're not like I just feel sad about what my dad said. I don't want somebody else's grandma, or like, just things like that, bro. Like those things hurts me because I could feel it. And like we said earlier, I feel that people need to be more, have more empathy. I'm sorry, like I'm sorry that you guys don't understand us because, you haven't gone through that process with your families of them trying to get the papers, or, thank God your family was here before mine, things like that. But it's sad. Nobody should be going through any of this, period. You know? Unless, hey, you mess up, then hey, you gotta go back, bro, and that's on you.
um again, we're speaking from a place of emotion. We're speaking on a perspective of observations and things like that. We do not have all of the facts.
Yeah, I don't know no facts. As a matter of fact, I don't even want to know the facts because it doesn't matter to me. The facts are not gonna change my feelings about the way my dad feels.
No, I feel it. So I mean, our heart goes out to everyone that's dealing with their people getting taken, you know what I mean? And if there's any way we could help the people that are not out here committing crimes but are getting deported, I mean, holla at us. We're open to helping however we can, you know what I mean? But if your cousin's a rapist and he got deported, fuck that fool, perro.
Free Alex Enamorado. I seen somebody do like uh I seen somebody do a post, like a flyer, like, a poster saying free Alex Enamorado.
Damn. Free Alex, man. A lot of people call him Edin. We know that fool was Alex. That's my boy. Free the boy. I know I don't speak about him enough and I feel bad about it, but hey, man, where's the superhero when you need him right now? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, um, yeah. Is there anything else you want to say?
No. What do you think?
I think it's crazy, and I think it's dope that there's a lot of people out there protesting. Just remember, you know what I'm saying? Don't put yourself at risk to get busted.
Yeah, protest the right way.
Protest the right way. Don't put yourself at a risk to get busted.
Because then
If
you're
you
not doing
throw
nothing.
something at the cops, just know that you're assaulting a police officer and they're not gonna show you mercy.
And that's another thing. Like, it's okay to protest, but do it the right way.
Also,
Don't
don't
make
forget that these
us
fools
look worse.
also don't forget that these fools are not cooperating with ICE. Yes, a lot of people have been affected by a lot of stupid shit that a lot of stupid cops have done. You know what I'm saying? But in this particular instance, I would suggest
Watching yourselves.
not doing extra shit. Because if you get popped for assaulting the cop, when you go inside, you're gonna get your ass beat off the rip. But when you go inside, you're gonna get your ass beat, and then you're gonna get a different type of treatment because you assaulted a cop. You know what I'm saying?
When you were supposed to be trying to do the right thing.
So just be wary of not putting yourself at risk. Um, and yeah, man, prayers to everyone that's affected negatively by this, and we hope everyone's cool. You know what I mean? Again, be safe. And yeah, with that being said,
Bye, guys.
Highly appreciate you, Eyekon, Tina. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that shit.
That's crazy.